Do you record your own songs on your own gear in your own home? Are you an independent artist looking to improve the way you approach your recording projects? Do you get overwhelmed and daunted by the process of recording your own songs? This video is for you. Welcome to Sittin' with Jimmy. This is the channel where we discuss all things creative because creativity is a way of life. Before we get going, please subscribe and hit the bell notification so you never miss a video. All the videos I make are for creators just like you who want to empower themselves with creative wisdom and philosophy that keeps them engaged with their art. So being an independent artist right now is truly an amazing opportunity. The tools to record your own music are so widely available, powerful, and affordable that home studios are becoming somewhat ubiquitous. And there are millions of hours of free resources online that can show you how to use this recording gear. It's staggering. You've got the keys to the kingdom here, my friends. Truly. Obviously, I am a huge champion of independent artists building their own recording spaces. When you do this, you take steps to liberate yourself completely from being dependent on others to make your art. I often think about the fact that I could, with the gear I have right now, record and release as much music as I want until I literally drop dead in my studio with a kazoo hanging out of my mouth, and it would not cost me all that much either. I'm totally independent. If I don't know something, I will learn it. If I need something, I'll get it. If I want to hire someone in Australia to play didgeridoo on my next album, I can and I will do it. Don't push me. With websites like Fiverr and AirGigs, there is an entire world of potential collaboration at my fingertips. So don't be aloof and don't be cynical. Now is the time to take part in the home studio revolution. Everyone's doing it, and it's fun, and it's awesome. But in all that fun and awesomeness, it is easy to get lost in the sauce, so to speak. You've got to be your own recording engineer when you create in this way, a job that is very left-brained, logical, and analytical. Most artists, by their nature, are very right-brained, creative, prone to daydreaming and free associating. This means that when most artists approach engineering their own recordings, they need to learn to engage these different parts of their brains optimally. The engineer is concerned with ones and zeros and capturing the performance in a way that is technically sound and creatively appropriate for the song. The performer is focused on one thing and one thing only, which is letting a great performance through. Logic, reasoning, analytical thinking, these do not help the performer in the moment. So now you're asking yourself, Jimmy, how do I do it? How do I, head-in-the-clouds artist that I am, access my more ones and zeros, down-to-earth, analytical engineer side? How do I reconcile these two very different roles when I am recording myself? You are in luck, my friend. Here is a list of best practices that I have collected over the years of doing it over and over again. A lot of these tips are hard-won, tips that I wish that I had known when I started. So here we go. Number 1, location, location, location. Pick the best sounding available spot in your house. Pick a spot that is quiet, comfortable. Pick a place that you enjoy singing in and performing in. This is the most foundational part of recording. You want to be working in a comfortable place that is also acoustically pleasing to you. The environment you work in is an often overlooked collaborator when it comes to recording. Choose your spot with intention and make it an inviting place to work. A spot that helps you give a great performance is way more important than a spot that is acoustically perfect. Spend time testing out different environments and get a feel for how they sound. Experiment and be curious. Number 2, set up and get everything ready the day before you capture your performance. Every time you record yourself, you are experimenting and improving your recording technique. Set aside a whole day or two prior to recording your songs so you can experiment and research the best way to approach your session. It takes more time than you think. Yes, there will be a moment where you get inspired and you say to yourself, I'll just record it now. I'll just throw the mics up and I'll hit record. It's going to be great. This is a recipe for frustration. Artists are emotional. We get inspired. We want and need to see our creations materialize as quick as possible. Let this inspiration be the first sign that it is time to make a plan so that when you are recording, you aren't worried that you're not capturing the performance correctly. The best way that I capture performances of my songs is by playing acoustic guitar and singing at the same time. I perform best when I can just play the damn thing and not get all in my head with tracking each individual piece. There are so many videos on how to approach this style of recording. Even though it's just voice and acoustic guitar, there are a lot of different ways you could approach recording these elements together. Try them out, learn what they are, and see what ones get the best result for you. And make a mental distinction between this setup and experimentation phase and the actual recording of the performance. Give yourself time to grow in your knowledge and experiment. The time to do this is not when you are trying to capture a great performance of your song. And yet, so many artists will throw a mic up one time in a random room with no plan and get frustrated when they don't like the results. Give yourself a designated time frame to be an engineer, an experimenter, a home studio nerd, and take note of what you did that worked so you can repeat it. The coolest thing about recording is that results are repeatable. You only have to learn most lessons once and put them into practice. Making time to be you, the engineer, sets up you, the artist, to be able to focus on a great performance later on. Number 3, practice your ass off in the weeks leading up to recording. Know your material. So much of the culture surrounding being an artist in the modern age is centered around hacks, quick tips, and fast solutions. Don't fall into the trap of thinking that you can somehow capture a great performance without giving a great performance. So much practice is required in order to perform at a high level when it comes time to record. It's absolutely unavoidable. You need to know your songs inside and out. Being well rehearsed and prepared on a technical level allows you to access the right emotional modality when it comes time to perform. And when the time comes to perform, recognize that your performance will never be perfect, and that's okay. Aim instead to be honest and forget about getting it right. You are in this for the long haul. Be fearless in the face of the voices that deconstructively criticize you and understand that they are only there to stop you from engaging with the process. Your ego knows that you aren't perfect, but will do anything to preserve the fantasy that you are or could be. Never recording your songs for fear of facing yourself is a great way to preserve this ridiculous fantasy. Being perfect is not the goal. The process is the goal. Be bold. It's not that serious, and it is that serious. That's what makes it fun. That's what makes it art. Number 4, and this is the most important one, rinse and repeat over and over again. Make recording a devotional practice. Don't look at it like, once a year I take the mics out and record. Do it all the time. Get used to setting up mics and trying different things. Yes, it's work. Yes, there's a lot to learn. Did you think it was going to be easy? Nothing worthwhile is easy. Be the one that keeps going back again and again. Be the one that keeps engaging with this process. The more you do, the more it gives back to you. It's so fun when you get into it. It also really helps you to see where you are at as an artist in a way that helps you become a better artist. It shines a bright, sometimes unflattering light at all your technical vulnerabilities. Don't be afraid of that. You are in the arena. And by being in the arena, by participating with the process, you are part of something that's really special. The whole landscape of independent music creation is constellated with home studios where artists are fearlessly and boldly exploring the sonic possibilities of our time. We are connected by this pursuit. It gives us something to get out of bed for. It gives us something to be passionate about. It gives us a way to relate to one another and care about things. Your passion will be the source of so many important lessons in your art, lessons that are actually wisdom for your life when you look at the bigger picture. Empower yourself with this knowledge and know that underneath all the self-seriousness, making art is really just a wonderfully entertaining way to pass the time and to get to know the human that is you more deeply. It's the best. So what do you think? How do you record yourself? What do you like about it? What signal chain are you super into right now? What lessons have you learned from recording your songs? I'd love to hear from you. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon if you like this message and want to see more. I hope you are engaged with your art. I hope you are learning and spreading empowering vibes out there to all the other creative people just like you. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you guys on the next one.